Don't we all love summer vacation, relaxing, laying out by the pool, barbecues, hitting the beach, doing, well, nothing? Well, how about a summer vacation from your house payments? With SaveWithConrad.com, you can do just that. Reduce your monthly payments by making the equity you built up in your home work for you. You can roll together those high interest rate credit cards into one lower monthly payment and perhaps access some of that newfound equity to turn your house into your dream home with no money out of pocket. And how about this? You get to skip your next two house payments. That's right. You won't have to make your June or your July house payment. You're done until August 1st. Go right now to SaveWithConrad.com. Let my team run the numbers for you for free. There's no obligation, and if we can't help you save some cash, we won't waste your time. And did I mention we're offering a 3-year guarantee right now? That's right. That means if at any point interest rates improve over the next 3 years, you get a free refi. That's right. No new lender fees from us. So you get to save money now without wasting money later when the rates improve on a whole second set of closing costs. Why not go to SaveWithConrad.com and get a guarantee? Save money now and save money later with your friend in the mortgage business. That's me, Conrad Thompson at SaveWithConrad.com. Shoot me an email at Conrad@SaveWithConrad.com. Give us a call at 888-425-0105. Or get yourself a quick quote, even talk to a live person right now at SaveWithConrad.com. NMLS number 2129, equal housing lender. Let's take a summer vacation from house payments at SaveWithConrad.com. Hey, it's Conrad Thompson, and you're listening to What Happened When? With the voice of your childhood, Tony Schiavone. Tony, what's going on, man? How are you?
I'm all right. Another great week. I'm looking forward to really watching some ECW today, so that should be great.
It is going to be a lot of fun. We're going to be watching Hardcore Heaven from the year 2000. We want you to watch with us. Go look up Peacock, and you'll want to find Hardcore Heaven. They like to call it Season 6, Episode 1, Tony, and we're going to be starting at 1 hour, 4 minutes, and 5 seconds. One more time. That's Hardcore Heaven 2000. As they call it on Peacock. It's Season 6, Episode 1 of Hardcore Heaven. And we're going to 104.05, Tony.
Mm-hmm.
But as folks are getting ready for that, man, it's kind of a big week for AEW. Do I have this right? You guys have 4 hours of TV this Wednesday? It's a big time special, Fighter Fest, right?
Fighter Fest, something we do every year, and it's going to be in Denver. We understand the venue is we're going to the smaller venues and they've been working for us, and we understand it's going to be almost completely full, and it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to do 2 hours of Dynamite and then 2 hours of Collision back to back, all live. It's going to be called Dynamite Fighter Fest, Collision Fighter Fest, 4 hours of Fighter Fest. So yeah, that should be a lot of fun. And then I believe, if I'm right, and I may be speaking out of school here, we're going to do the same thing the following week in Portland with our summer blockbuster or summer spectacular. I need to get that the term right, but we're going to be doing 4 hours in Portland as well. So we got a lot of great stuff coming up. Great summer for us, as you know, heading towards All In, and then we've got Forbidden Door coming up in London. We're going to be in Glasgow. We're going to go to Toronto later in the year. It's a pretty good time for us.
Plus residencies at the old ECW Arena and at a really cool venue in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Going to be a lot of fun stuff. I think they've already announced that All Out is going to be, is it in Toronto? Do I have that right?
That's right, Toronto.
So there's a lot of really fun stuff coming this summer. And speaking of things that are still to come, how about this? As we're sitting down to watch some ECW, we're excited to announce that this Friday, Todd Gordon is launching Todd is Pod. He's the ECW founder, the godfather of Extreme, and he's going to have a new episode starting this Friday at podcastheatwrestling.com. It's totally free. It's on YouTube, anywhere you enjoy your podcasts, especially if it's YouTube, because it's only YouTube, guys. Todd is Pod with Todd Gordon every Friday, starting this Friday, totally free at podcastheatwrestling.com. And Tony, their topic this week is going to be the late, great Sabu. Man, sign me up for some more Sabu stories. I've learned so much about the real man this year so far, and I'm excited to hear Todd Gordon share some Sabu stories.
Todd should know, shouldn't he? He should have some stories that maybe none of us are aware of, and that's what's going to make it cool.
the early days of Sabu is what we're going to be talking about. Of course, today we're talking about ECW in the year 2000. Hopefully by now you're caught up with us. We're watching on Peacock. It's season 6, episode 1. And as you're getting everything ready, we want to give a special shout out to those of you in our live group chat. We got Darren Staley and Jason Taylor and Bad Money Slim and Antonio Santos and so many of the usual suspects stopping by and hanging out with us. We have a blast each and every Monday night watching wrestling live with a group of our friends. We hope you'll consider joining us. It's easy to do. You can sign up over at patreon.com/WHW Monday and be a part of our live studio audience. Tony, I'm locked and loaded on Hardcore Heaven on my end. Are you ready on your side?
Yeah, just to clear up something, it's called the Summer Blockbuster coming to Portland a week from Wednesday.
There we go.
So there you go. So I'm ready. Here we go. And again, 1 hour, 4 minutes, and 5 seconds. There is a fricas going on in the ring, as Dusty would say. So something's going on in the ring as we hit play. And we're going to do it in 3, 2, 1, play.
Yeah, so that looks like Nova was getting beat down there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, these are the Baldies.
The Baldies. We have plenty of those in these in AEW too.
Here comes New Jack with a trash can full of weapons.
I bet somebody gonna bleed. It's probably gonna be New Jack.
Probably a fair bet if I had to guess.
Yeah.
By the way, at this point in the show, Masato Tanaka has already beaten Balls Mahoney in 9:14. Little Guido won a 3-way dance over Simon Diamond and Mikey Whipwreck.
Mm-hmm.
Kid Cash beat C.W. Anderson.
Mm-hmm.
And then we've got Chris Chetty and Nova winning a 3-way over Angel and Tony DeVito and Danny Doring and Roadkill. And that match led to this match, which is now New Jack and Angel. So yeah, and somebody's getting their ass whipped to a soundtrack. You know, we've said this was kind of made famous with the Anarchy in the Arena matches in AEW recently, but way back when, the first guy I remember doing this, and I'm sure it happened at some point prior to this, but New Jack kind of made it a regular part of his presentation, and I do think it made him feel different then, don't you think, Tony?
Yeah, it was unique. I think New Jack in himself was unique. And every time I see New Jack and we watch an ECW event, I think it just makes, I don't know, it makes me feel like I'm cut all over. Does that make sense to you? Like I've got something like a fork, like right there stuck in my forehead. There's something very uneasy about watching New Jack perform.
Really?
I mean, yeah, I don't know what it is. I know ECW is full of violence, but it seems like when New Jack comes around, the violence is ramped up. Does that make sense? And
yes.
And that's not slighting anybody else who was a purveyor of violence back in the ECW days. But it just, I mean, like all of a sudden one of the Baldies is bleeding here. And New Jack came in with a stapler and he's got forks and just, man. And I just wonder sometimes, and I guess Todd Gordon would know. I guess Paul E would know as well. I just wonder sometime how much working New Jack really did. You know? Like maybe he really dug that into your skull. It just seems to me that way.
Well, I think you probably think that because we've heard the Vic Grimes stories and we've heard the Gypsy Joe stories.
Right.
And we've heard the mass transit stories. So it is a little bit like, well, there were 3 separate occasions where he flipped out and stabbed somebody or pushed them off of a platform or beat them with a baseball bat.
Maybe that's it. Yeah, it's just, I mean, it's just unabridged violence is what it is. And they just keep going and going and going. And, you know, the fans are in the middle of it, the spotlight trying to keep up with it here. It really gives it a realistic look, you know?
I'm going to make a stretch of a comparison.
Okay.
But Antonio Santos is actually bringing up a good point, and I think he's on to something. I think Nick Gage is the modern New Jack.
Mm,
He's got the fans behind him.
right.
He's doing the crazy violence. You know, you do expect when Nick Gage is coming out, oh, something crazy is going to happen.
Yeah.
Antonio was saying, I feel like we should have had a New Jack and a Nick Gage match at some point.
Mm.
And I was like, you know what? I feel like Nick Gage has to be loosely inspired a little bit by New Jack.
I would think that's a very good point. And it's you say Nick Gage. It's funny when I first met Nick, I went up to him and talked to him, and told him how much I liked his stuff, and I said that honestly because I hadn't watched his stuff until you and I saw some of it here on What
Yes.
Happened When, and then I really appreciated where he went, and he was such a mild mannered guy. It was amazing to me. There's this Nick Cage who almost bled to death in a match and has done some crazy things with light tubes and everything, and just told me how much it meant to him for me to say I appreciate his work, which I do. I mean, listen, New Jack, who's no longer with us, I know anybody who's done that hardcore stuff, I appreciate. I've said this many times on this podcast that when guys go out in AEW like a Darby Allin and do crazy stuff, even Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, I mean, just name them, who've gone and done some crazy things. Look at New Jack go up top here.
I mean, he looks like he's Paul Janeway from St. Paul and the Broken Bones. I've seen him do this, go up there and sing.
Uh-huh.
But Paul really needs to take it to the next level and just dive off like this.
Yeah, right. Yikes. Anyway, when somebody does things like this, I always go in the backstage area after everything's over and they're in the locker room. And I go back and I tell them how much I appreciate them doing these crazy things, putting their bodies on the line for the sake of a great television show, to give me something to call that's exciting. Because without them, I'm just screaming at walls. And I really do appreciate and honor guys like New Jack and like Nick Gage and like anybody else who I'm probably missing out here. And the Dudleys back in the day, anybody who worked in ECW, did that Sabu, did that hardcore stuff. I really appreciate what they do. So that's why I enjoy watching this stuff, because I haven't watched it before, and it's just raw shit, man. Raw shit. There's a shirt for you. Raw shit. Now don't use raw. How about real shit?
So New Jack's got a guitar in the ring. I wonder if this is gimmick infringement for Jeff Jarrett at this point.
Well, I would think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
What do you make of the New Jack gear? How would you describe New Jack's gear?
Battle fatigues. Well, maybe not. I guess that's someone's coming out of I don't know. Someone's come out of the thicket with a rifle.
The thicket.
with
the thicket.
With a rifle, he's going to make a pin here, and I think pinning is no. What does a pin do here after what you've done? What the hell?
I'll tell you what. Between him pinning in the 69 position and you wearing Lois's blouse to the show tonight, if we can go to a one shot of you,
this is my T-shirt. This is one of my T-shirts.
That's Lois's blouse.
No.
I recognize the lady's blouse when I see it.
No, this is a V-neck Hanes T-shirt, men's at Target.
I don't know what it says about me, but I'm all bricked up. And it might be because of that V-neck. It might be because of Blue Chew Max. Blue Chew Max is here, boys and girls, and it combines the active ingredients of Viagra and Cialis, and all into one chewable. This is a combo that acts fast and lasts, kind of like Tony's great hair. Guys, be ready whenever she or he needs it, and get your first month of Blue Chew free. Great sex is just a few clicks away. Go sign up at bluechew.com, consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days. Blue Chew's tablets are made in the USA, prepared and shipped directly to your door. And the best part is it's all done online. That means no visits to the doctor's office, no awkward conversation, and no waiting in line at the pharmacy. Make your life easier by getting harder and discover your options at bluechew.com. And we've got a special deal for our listeners. Try your first month of Blue Chew free when you use the promo code WHW. Just pay $5 shipping. That's promo code WHW. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring today's podcast and Lois's blouse that Tony is definitely wearing right now.
Look at Don Callis with hair.
A lot of hair.
He makes, just looking at Don Callis makes me laugh. Gotta have so much fun with him on television days.
Can you believe what you're watching is Don from 25 years ago?
Jeez. Look at that still Dave put up there with his mouth agape. Oh God. What was his character here? What was it called?
Cyrus the Virus.
Cyrus the Virus. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Hey, Brian F is with us here live, and he says Lois's blouse rules.
Yeah. Yeah.
You want to show us them hash browns? We're halfway there.
The hash browns? What do you mean?
You know, your little Tostinos, your little pepperonis, your little pepperoni cups there.
You mean these things?
Yeah. Let's see them.
No, I don't want to show you those, but I'll show you this. Look at that.
Well, what can you give us a promo code of how we can get 80% off and see your pictorials?
Yes, sir, buddy. Oh, Steve Corino's.
There he is. Look, he's showing his hash browns.
Yeah, Steve Corino, man. You know, Steve Corino's a Phillies fan. So like all Phillies fans, he's always pissed off. Even when the Phillies win, he's pissed off.
Sure.
Yeah. But I like Steve a lot. I really do. I kind of
Who don't you like? Who are the people you hate in wrestling? Let's make a list.
I don't hate any. Hate is such a terrible word. I don't hate
let's just say them all. The alphabetical order, if you don't mind.
Okay.
B is for Bobby Heenan.
I don't hate Bobby. He's dead. How can I hate him?
Okay.
Okay.
G is for the ghost of Bobby Heenan.
I've never encountered the ghost of Bobby Heenan. Have we ever had at Starrcade a wrestling seance?
You know, I've pitched it before.
Right.
Even I've had a lot of fun, and I think we could do it this year.
Yeah. We should do a wrestling seance where we bring back Bobby Heenan. Who else could we bring back?
Well, here's what we'll do. We'll get Joey Janela a whole box of Kratom and see if he can bring Sabu back. What do you think?
Bring Sabu back. Macho Man Randy Savage, bring him back.
I mean, I wanted to years ago book Lanny Poffo and do the first ever pro wrestling seance, and then have Dan Soder just do the voice of Randy Savage to really throw Lanny off. And eventually I realized, hey, that might actually be a pretty mean-spirited idea.
Yeah, now we got to bring back Lanny too.
Yeah, so
yeah. Okay.
I guess we could bring back Bobby.
Yeah, I guess we could. We could try.
Hey, let's do that. If you were really going to do a wrestling seance for real, if you believed in all that happy horse shit,
okay.
Would you bring anybody? Would you bring anybody back besides Dusty? I mean, Dusty'd be the one you'd want to talk to, right?
Dusty, I think, would be the one you want to talk to. Yeah.
Can you imagine? It's unbelievable up here, baby.
I told Jesus we shouldn't book it like that. We need to book it another way, getting more people to come to church.
They're rewriting the Bible, baby. They say I'm the only disciple he needed.
Disciple.
I mean, can you imagine? I told them whatever we do, we don't need four.
St. Peter, St. Paul up here doing some clubbering. Oh, God. All right. It's Corino and Tajiri here. Tajiri is still working, isn't he?
I mean, I'm sure he is somewhere.
Or is he dead too? Well, I mean, you never know. I don't know. I don't know who's dead and alive. I know the Macho Man's dead. I know the Macho Man's dead. I know Bobby Heenan's dead. I know Lanny Poffo's dead. Who's the latest one to pass away in the business? Are you still with me?
Who's the latest one to pass away?
Who's the last person? Who's the last person to pass away in the business?
Most recent wrestler death.
Well, it's got to be Sabu.
Dear Google, I can't believe this is really what we're doing.
Okay.
So far, it's Alpha, Kevin Sullivan. No, that was last year.
Yeah, it's got to be Sabu, I would think. We need to. It's time to do a wrestling seance, and then have a ghost just as we're all sitting around the table. The ghost just come flying through and break the table. It's the ghost of Sabu. How's that? Do we lose him?
No, I'm here. I'm trying to figure out. I mean, it's a hell of a thing to Google who's the most recent wrestler to die.
Okay, well, try Chat GPT. You got that?
I don't know how to do that.
No, that's great. That's the best search engine you can find. Yeah.
Tajiri's still alive. He's 54.
Oh, well, then he could probably still work.
Well,
yeah, you never know.
For all you know, he's on the Ring of Honor pay-per-view. You don't know.
You never know. Look at this. Pick up Corino, and this got hurt. Oh.
Tell everybody your time code here, Tony.
Okay, so I was a little bit, when I said play, it didn't play on my, I got 119.19 is, what do you got?
Yeah. I'm 119, 25, 26, that's 27.
Tajiri doing the Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. So how are things where you are?
And where everything's great.
You down in Pensacola?
I am. I'm in Pensacola. Mm-hmm. I didn't get a chance to catch any Monday Night Raw tonight, but I'll catch up on that tomorrow morning. But looking forward to a big weekend. Got a AAA pay-per-view, got a Money in the Bank show, and then 4 hours of AEW on Wednesday. I'm going to have people over on Wednesday and probably have people over on Saturday. It's going to be a fun wrestling week here at the house, Tony.
Absolutely. I don't think we're doing a Saturday show.
No, I don't think you are.
No.
Because of the NBA Finals.
Right.
Oh, that's right. The NBA Finals are Thursday and
that's
Saturday.
That's where we're doing 4 hours on Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. How about the NBA? How about the NBA Finals? How about this for a different turn, huh? Oklahoma City and Indiana.
You like that?
Well, I'm for anything different. You know.
Are you going with the Pacers or are you going with the Thunder?
I don't know who plays on either team. I really don't.
So, all right, which uniform or logo or city do you like best?
I like the Pacers logo.
Okay, so you're going with the Pacers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Corino bleeding, man. Holy, nothing like blonde hair to make that blood come out.
He started calling himself the king of old school, and he was known for those Austin Hall boots, all the tape on the hands, the old school promos, and man, he bled in every match, and he earned all of those gig marks on that forehead.
Wow.
In 99, 2000, 2001. It was crazy.
Yeah.
I loved him. I really did feel like if Steve Corino came around just a few years after he did, he was just a few years too early. But like in the era where, you know, I mean, I'm not disparaging or doing any sort of body comparison, but I'm saying he looks like a CM Punk body type that once upon a time was not getting a push in WWE, but eventually he did.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah, I think so. I agree with all that.
Sending Corino a note?
Yeah.
Dear Steve, I'm watching your ass bleed to death.
I'm watching your ass bleed to death against Tajiri. Whatever.
Tajiri.
Hope you're well. Well, you and the Phillies suck.
Shit in your hat. Tony Schiavone.
There you go. See if he answers it.
So, Tony, I don't know if you heard.
Yeah.
You have a lot of time for Steve Corino?
Oh yeah, a lot. I really do. Yeah.
What I was going to say is, when you worked in WCW,
Yeah.
remember that one Halloween Havoc where that was a pretty innovative spot. Did you see that? Where
Amazing.
he drop kicked the table into Corino's face? That was crazy.
That was.
Anyway, once at a Halloween Havoc, they wrapped the ring post to look like Slim Jims. You remember that?
Yes.
Have you heard what WWE announced they're doing today?
Wrapping the ring post like Slim Jim.
All of the tables that are the folding tables that the wrestlers get put through are now branded with Slim Jim logos.
Wow.
So if they bring a table out from under the ring like they did just now, that's what it'll look like.
Wow.
A Slim Jim branded table.
That's
so
nice.
that you can say, snap into a Slim Jim table.
Very cool. Slim Jim became a part of a WCW because of the Macho Man.
That's right.
As you know. Yeah.
And I heard that the ghost of the Macho Man is now working for WWE. Maybe Slim Jims did a seance.
They could have.
They said, "Do you want to come back to life?" And he said, "Thinking." And they said, "You don't have to do any work. We're just going to send a check." Oh yeah, it's cashing the checks. Man, look at Corino bleeding, dude.
He's been in a pool of blood for quite a while here.
You think he'll make it?
Yeah, he will. Look at this. Oh.
So you like the idea of Slim Jim tables?
I think any time that you are a company like pro wrestling, like any type of company, anytime you can get a sponsor do anything, you're doing something right. I predict that before it's all said and done, baseball teams and basketball teams and football teams are going to have sponsors on their jerseys.
Yes.
That has been talked about for quite a while, and I think I don't know if the players union's been against it or not, or what's going on. They do it in soccer, but I have a feeling you're going to see it. They do it in Japan. I have a feeling you're going to see it in major sports. They're looking for new streams of revenue to pay second string shortstops $35 million a year. So, and they need to.
You don't think the second string shortstop is worth $35 million a year?
Not at all. But if they're going to pay it, I'm all for him getting it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jason Taylor says the NBA already has logos on their jerseys, and I know that, but I'm talking about big time stuff, color and everything. Look at Tajiri. Switch the abdominal stretch.
What about Jack Victory? You got any good Jack Victory stories?
Not really. I know we saw there was a little bit of Jack. I think I first saw Jack Victory with the Sheep Herders when we worked the Superdome in that tournament that we had. It's the first time I saw him, but no, I don't. I tell you, you know what? We've mentioned this before, but I really like Tajiri.
Oh, he's tremendous. I love him.
I do too. I liked look at this, man. He does a lot of great stuff. How come he didn't ever make it or did he?
He went to the WWE.
He did?
Yeah.
Okay, look at the fans just rat-a-tat-tat, and the fans are going crazy. I love it.
Yeah, he debuted in 99. I think it was 99 against, maybe it wasn't his very first match, but he was wearing blue trunks and kick pads before he wore these pants. And he had a series of matches was super crazy that people went bananas for. And he became a regular. And yeah, I think he could have had an even bigger role. But he did have some success in WWE. But if he came around now, like if he was debuting like in this modern era for the first time, I think he would have been an even bigger star.
Yeah, I agree.
Look at Tajiri with the big finish there. That's pretty strong finish.
Yep. This whole match, great. This had got any stars for this match?
I sure do.
Okay.
Oh, look at that run in right there.
Oh man. Up. Put him up in a spinning.
Fuck a deal.
Spinning fucking deal. Blue Thunder bomb. Fire driver. See over the top and fucking 91.
That's Kanamura who ran in and attacked him.
A can of Mura. Is that what you said?
Yeah, Kanamura.
Okay.
Kanemura.
Yeah.
This got 3 1/4 stars, but look who this is. You ready for this?
I am.
The American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, and ECW, dropping elbows every which way.
Yeah. Is this like his first time in ECW?
No.
It's not his first appearance in ECW.
No.
Okay.
Look at Rhino.
It was good to see Rhino when we were in Detroit. Really was. What a good guy. Jack Victory. Stomp the
By the
dust.
way, that wasn't the end of the segment.
Mm-hmm.
Sandman's here.
Wow.
They just started playing the Sandman's theme song.
And they popped big time on that.
Yeah, they do. ECW was all about the moments. You know, think about what we just saw. Like we saw Tajiri wrestle Steve Corino for 10.5 minutes, and it was great. But then we got Jack Victory and Kanamura and Dusty Rhodes and Rhino and now Sandman all involved because the next match is Rhino and Sandman for the ECW title. And, well, if Sandman had been drinking, you probably needed to have your working boots on that day. And if you want some comfortable working boots, can we recommend Brunt? Brunt is the real deal, man. Their best-selling Marin work boots are not only built for the toughest job sites, they're completely waterproof. Whether it's rain, mud, or standing water, your feet stay dry. From oily workshop floors to muddy farm fields and everywhere in between, the Marin 6-inch soft toe is built for workers across a variety of trades. And Brunt isn't just about work boots. They've got a full range of high-performance gear for everything you need, from heavy-duty work pants to weather-resistant jackets. Brunt is known to have the absolute best boots on the planet. Even so much so, they believe this, they let you try it on the job site risk-free. How about that?
Risk-free.
Risk-free. I mean, listen, if you're going to wear these boots to a job site,
deal,
Tony,
buddy.
you know they're going to get muddy. You know they're going to get oily. You know they're going to get dirty. They don't care. They know you're going to love them. And by the way, all of Brunt's boots carry the names of real workers in the trades and the guys who inspired them. I'm a big believer in these. I've put a few of my friends on them, and they absolutely love them. They've got over 500,000 customers, and usually work boots are, well, not that comfortable. And if they are comfortable, they're not that durable. Brunt is the best of both worlds. They're as comfortable as your sneakers, but they're letting you try the boots on the job risk-free, and you get free shipping. By the way, Brunt didn't just make a durable work boot. They reinvented comfort for the hardest workers out there. And for a limited time, our listeners can get $10 off at Brunt by using the code WHW at checkout. Just head to bruntworkwear.com and use the code WHW, and you're all set. Even better, Brunt lets you try all of their products on the job risk-free. After you purchase, they're going to ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. How about this stare down Rhino's doing from inside the ring?
You know, this you talked about, it's all about the moments. This is the second beer that that I almost called him hardcore hack. That Sandman has come out with. So there's been quite an entrance, I guess, is the only thing you can say about this.
He's about to crack the third one.
Oh my God. And then he spits it all over the fans. Oh God, they're just going crazy for him.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
It's weird how silly, out of context any of it is. But in its proper context, Like if you were, this is the definition of one of those you kind of had to be there moments. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because the way you describe it, hey, there's a guy who's gonna play an old rock song and he'll walk around real slowly and look around like he's kind of confused and stand on some chairs and he'll pour some beer in his mouth from great heights, but he won't keep any of it in there because he's going to spit it back out at you. And then he'll smash the can on his head until he bleeds. And then we're all like, fuck yeah. When can he do it? Can he do it now?
Yeah.
Could he do it right now? We
Yeah.
just can't get enough. Oh, can I have some of the beer too?
Yeah.
Man, if he'd give me some that I spilled all over myself and I smelled like it for the rest of the day,
Yeah.
God, it'd be like the fucking highlight of my life. Because it sounds stupid when you say it like that. But, buddy, if you were there, it was badass.
It's a moment. Like you said, it's a freaking moment. Just.
This is beer 4.
And still no match. But who cares?
No.
Right? Who gives a shit?
How about the way he's standing? One foot on the guardrail, one foot on the ramp.
Right.
Just spitting beer in the crowd.
Yeah. Look at the
All right.
sign.
We've had our 4 beers. Let's go wrestle now. I got my wrestling jeans on. I got my wrestling t-shirt on.
Really, you talked about the stare down that Rhino gave him. I'm really surprised. Sorry, that's my microphone stand. I'm surprised that Rhino didn't attack him on that last beer.
Well, that's why fans came.
Right.
You gotta let them see him drink the beers.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Look at his forehead. Holy shit.
I love Sandman, by the way, but I'd rather watch him drink beer than wrestle.
Yeah, I'm sure he was. Boom. I'm sure he was a much better beer drinker and entrance guy than he was a wrestler.
Yeah, he was fine as a wrestler. I mean, the reality is, I always appreciated when guys wrestled the way they were supposed to. Like, you can't look like Kane and wrestle like Rey Mysterio. That wouldn't make any sense. So I need, if you're going to be a guy who drinks beer and smokes cigarettes on his way to the ring, I need you to fight like Homer Simpson. I need you to fight like a barroom brawler.
Right.
I don't need you breaking out fucking Hurricane Ranas and drop toe holds and spinning. You know what I mean? Like, come on.
Sure. Yeah.
Give me some punches and kicks, man. You're supposed to be this beer swilling, cigarette smoking ass kicker. Just do that.
Not bad working punches there either on the head of Rhino. Really?
No.
Yeah, not bad.
I'm just saying, like, if he started breaking out, I can do a 450. It doesn't feel as real.
No, it's not. It wouldn't fit the gimmick, right?
Yes.
Now, where was this recorded?
At an ECW show.
I know, but what venue? You smart ass.
I don't know, bud.
Okay. Because I like the balconies and I like how his entrance came across the balconies. And
it was at the Rave in Milwaukee. There were 3,400 fans there. That was a sellout. $107,000 gate, $24,000 in merch.
Wow.
The show was booked on the fly, and it showed. Even late in the day of the show, the main event was still being changed around. By the way, so you know, Mike Awesome left with the title.
Left with the ECW belt.
Yep. Raven was at the show, but not used.
So you're saying that Mike Awesome left during this show?
No. Mike Awesome had been on Nitro.
Okay.
He had signed with y'all. No, he didn't take the belt, but I'm saying he went to Nitro, you see. And if you're the ECW World Champion, you shouldn't be at Nitro, as I understand it.
No, you're right, Conrad. Good call. So he probably just took the belt because he didn't get the payoffs.
Yeah, he wasn't. They hadn't. He felt like they breached his contract when they, quit paying him.
Yeah.
And they thought, no, you're still under contract. You can't go work there.
Yeah.
And he was kind of like, well, you didn't pay me, you see. And so because you didn't pay me, the contract's not valid, sort of deal.
Mm-hmm.
So the solution was
I'll take
we'll have a WWE contracted wrestler named Taz, two Z's, wrestle a WCW contracted wrestler, Mike Awesome, no Z's. And the winner is going to be the ECW World Champion. So the WWE contracted wrestler beat the WCW contracted wrestler to become the ECW World Champion. And then the now ECW champion Taz, two Z's, went on SmackDown and lost to Triple H, no Z's, who was the WWE champion. So even though it was framed like WWE was helping ECW out, really WWE took it as an opportunity to remind everybody that, by the way, the ECW champion is not nearly as good as the WWE champion.
Yeah, of course, I got that. We put WCW out of business. ECW's next. Anybody else? Nope.
Yes.
Florida? Anybody? We'll take you over to. And by the way, we'll put Slim Jims on our table. The logo, not the actual Slim Jims.
You know what, though? Why not?
Why not? You know what? If you would take Antonio Santos and throw him onto a table with Slim Jims on it, he would go on face first with the mouth open. Is this Corino all taped up here?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. God almighty.
Where do you rank Slim Jims of all your favorite meat snacks, Tony?
Yeah, I've not really been a Slim Jims fan. Well, who's the girl here? Who's the girl here?
That's Sandman's wife.
Oh, of course, as word, she just comes out of the stands.
No, she's been a part of the storyline. She came out from the back. Her name's Lori Fullington, and he's about to pile drive that bitch through that table.
Yep.
Are you ready for this?
Yeah, but not before we get a cooter shot. There we go. But oh my God,
she's dead.
Oh my God,
she's dead.
Lord have mercy. Bless her heart.
It's too late for all that. She's dead.
Mm-hmm.
We need to do a wrestler seance for her.
Wrestler seance would be great.
Look, he just put the carcass in the ring.
Yep.
They're going to drag her remains over in front of the table.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're thinking what I'm thinking,
I don't know. I have no idea what you're thinking. oh yes, dude, I
do. They're going to pick her limp body up and put it in front of the table. And then he's going to gore it through that ring post in the back. Oh, Sandman just destroyed.
Same thing I'd do. Same thing I would do if they would drag Lois up to put her through a table. I'd come in with a kendo stick, swinging away.
Oh, still,
Jesus Christ.
Still got him.
This is a lot of fun. 1, 2, 3.
Rhino just beat the entire Fullington family. He beat Sandman and Lori in a handicap match.
We have so much fun with these ECW shows. God almighty.
I wish you could have been at some of those ECW shows, dude.
Mm-hmm. And Rhino's got the microphone and the belt.
He's probably not going to say anything nice.
Yeah, motherfucker, and your motherfucking wife going through a motherfucking table.
I was trying to play it for you, but what he said was, "Happy Mother's Day, you fucking bitch." I'm not exaggerating. That's what he said.
Why not?
And listen, if you're looking for some help growing your business,
yeah, I need help.
Well, happy Mother's Day, you fucking bitch. Go to conradsguy.com and grow your business, you little bitches. If you're trying to grow your business and you can't figure out what the fuck's going wrong, maybe it's because you don't have any good goddamn advice. Have you thought about that?
Yes.
Maybe you ought to ask somebody who knows what the fuck they're doing every now and again. Maybe you'd start figuring it the fuck out. If it's time you did that for your little bullshit, peedly ass business, you should go to conradsguy.com. My motherfucker will hook you right up. He'll make sure you understand what the shit you're buying, how all that shit works, how to get it cheaper, how to make more goddamn money. I mean, that's what you're in business for, right? You motherfucker, you. Go right now to conradsguy.com and get serious about growing your shit. Shit or get off the pot, motherfucker. 2025 is halfway done. What have you got to show for it? Step your shit up and go right now to conradsguy.com and talk to my buddy Eric Nichols over at Envision Marketing Consultants. They're going to hook you up, especially if you're B2B. Even if you're like a fucking nonprofit, they can still hook you up. They're doing all kinds of shit like SEO, SEM. They're doing it all, man. Pay per click, streaming ads, targeted display. Stop fucking around. Grow your business at conradsguy.com.
Man, I was freezing. Oh, man.
Feel better now?
Yeah, Lowe's keeps his house like a freaking meat locker. Oof. I wear hoodies all the time, even in the summer. You know what my thing is? You know what my thing is in the summer?
I just, we got to keep it on a one shot of you the entire, this is all I need.
Mm-hmm.
I want this as a Christmas card. What do you do in the summer? I need to know
Okay.
your thing in the summer.
My thing, I wear hoodies. Oh my God, Jerry Lynn's coming out.
How badass does he look, by the way?
Yeah, I've got to take a picture of this, send it to that stupid son. I mean, send it to that guy. He is. You know what makes this amazing to me about Jerry Lynn
What's
is
that?
that he genuinely is one of the nicest men ever. I mean, it's like,
yes,
if you would have said this guy wrestled in ECW, was ECW champion, and did some crazy shit, you wouldn't believe it if you didn't know him. I mean, he's just.
You're about to see something really special, by the way. Him and Rob Van Dam are going to put on the best match of the show.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to go 19 minutes and 50 seconds. It gets 3.5 stars, and it's really fun, dude.
I bet. Two great performers.
And in Milwaukee, too, you motherfucker, you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. How about that, you son of a bitch? So anyway, it's just, so here's what I do in the summer. It's no lie. When I'm driving around, I got to go do some things. I put a hoodie on, put all the windows down. I put the sunroof back, and I put the air conditioner on high. I just love it. I just love doing that.
So you put a hoodie on, air conditioner on high, sunroof open.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's just, yep. Who's behind Rob Van Dam here?
Are you ready for this?
Yes.
That's Scotty Anton.
Is it really?
Yes.
Wow. How about Scotty? Just, the fans are so into this shit. I mean, and as you can tell, I saw that one lady in the front row. It's mostly guys. This is a guy thing.
Yes.
Yeah. Middle-aged guys, more than likely.
Did you even remember that Scotty was in? Did you even know that Scotty was in ECW? Is that something you'll bring up to him at TV this week?
Mm-hmm. If I see him, yeah, I saw him in Phoenix, and yeah, I will. I will bring it up to him. That, hey, I didn't know you were in ECW. Wow, Scotty's a great story, isn't he? A great story now.
Oh, such a good guy too.
Yeah, he is. I have a lot of time for him. With the exception of him being a Dallas Cowboy fan, I have a lot of time for him.
I can't tell you, dude, just how cool it was to have a Rob Van Dam Jerry Lynn match back then. I know that fans today are going to argue, and I get it. Times change, things change, but this is like in 1999, in the year 2000. I'm saying, obviously we know there's a Chris Benoit out there and there's a Kurt Angle out there and all that. But I'm saying if you're not in the WWE in the year 2000, this is like as close as we were going to get in America to a Kenny Omega and a Will Ospreay. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, this is a big time.
Yes.
But this is not the main event of the show, is it?
No.
No. No, it's not, because we got 43 minutes to go in the
So
show.
just so you know, their nicknames here. Rob Van Dam used to call himself Mr. Monday Night.
Mm-hmm.
And then, that was in 97. But now at this point, he's calling himself, he's saying, I'm not just, the main event. I'm the whole effing show. And Jerry Lynn has his fans chanting new effing show. So this is the whole effing show versus the new effing show. So they're obviously trying to say it doesn't matter if he's not on last. He's the whole effing show. And the actual main event that we're going to see, which I'm actually looking forward to, is Justy Credible and Lance Storm. Yes, they are the former tag team champions as the Impact Players, but now Justin is the ECW World Champion.
Okay.
So it'll be Justin and Lance Storm, former tag partners, now hooking it up for the World Strap.
All right. A lot of, a lot of build up to this thing. God, Jerry would look great, man. God. The new,
by the way,
the new effing show, right?
Yep. Can you imagine too if Jerry was, because the only knock that anybody ever had on Jerry, the only thing he could possibly critique is you could say, well, I wish he was a little taller. But if he was a little taller, dude, he would have been an even bigger star in the WWF and WCW than he was.
Yeah, he would have been a megastar.
But I'm glad that ECW existed, because in ECW, at least, they proved that, hey, what really matters is how well can you do bell to bell? How well can you win over the fans? You didn't have to, pass some sort of litmus test based on the airport test or the eye test or whatever. I mean, let's not forget ECW at their peak, Taz was their top guy.
Sure.
And Taz was not the tallest guy. And that was never even a question with Taz. Like, if you were a regular viewer of ECW, Taz's height almost never came up.
Right.
Because he had such credibility, such believability. Like, they had us all convinced that Taz was the baddest dude on the planet. And that's what I loved about ECW, because I don't know if ECW, if it didn't exist, would guys like the Dudleys or Taz have even gotten a shot in the WWE? I don't know.
It's a good question. One thing I was noticing about Jerry Lynn, when he turned his back to the camera, there is a similarity when he turns his back to the camera. Look at the fans going crazy.
Yep.
There's a similarity just from the back of Kenny Omega.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. That's actually why I made that comparison when they were walking out on the ring, because I'm like, dude, this is as close as we could get back then.
Right. Yeah.
Because we'd be lying if we said that, guys like Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay and Okada, they were all inspired by the top stars from these eras.
Of course. I've mentioned many times that ECW had a profound impact on what we're seeing now.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah. Probably more than WCW did or WWF did back in the days. The ECW product and the high spots and the crazy things that we do are ECW inspired. Fans always chant table, table. They always boo when no one goes to a table. And they put a table out. That's what they want to see.
Well, also, too, I think what ECW had to do, because the old cliche is necessity is the mother of invention. In WWE and WCW, you could afford to pay established stars top dollar. In ECW, they couldn't afford that luxury, so they always had to be focusing on making their next top star. So what wrestling fans want above all else is new. They always want to know what's the big thing, what's the new move, what's the new match, what's the new promo, what's the new stipulation, what's the who's the new act, who's the new tag team, what's the new. So it makes sense that if ECW, because of the economics, is forced to create new, but unfortunately they can't retain the very best in the world,
Mm-hmm.
the very nature of that business becomes a feeder system for the other two. And that is exactly what happened
Right.
with ECW and WCW and WWE.
Right.
I mean, even Ring of Honor. I mean, look at Ring of Honor was sort of born in the ashes of ECW as Feinstein tried to figure out, hey, how am I going to sell videotapes if I don't have an ECW license because there's no ECW? I'll
Mm-hmm.
just create a super indie myself. But the result was guys like Bryan Danielson and CM Punk and Samoa Joe and Nigel McGuinness and I mean so many others, Claudio, Chris Hero, on and on and
Right.
on.
Right.
They all came right through Ring of Honor, and of course, out of the ashes of Ring of Honor is All In. Like without Ring of Honor, that very first All In Schaumburg probably doesn't happen.
Right.
And without All In being a proof of concept, I don't know
Mm-hmm.
that AEW happens.
Yeah.
So in a weird way, you can trace back AEW's roots very loosely to ECW.
Of course. That makes plenty of sense. You know what's amazing to me too, and I don't know if you being in your 40s, I don't know if you realize it now or not, but uh, in my 60s, I realize it. How quickly time goes by. I
Oh
mean,
yeah, no doubt.
it's just unbelievable. When I think about uh, you're you're thinking about this was 25 years ago.
Yeah.
25 freaking years ago. My God. And I can remember, back when we were changing over to the new millennium and we're talking about computers. What was that deal with computers?
Y2K, yeah.
Yeah, the Y2K scare and everything. Well, we got through that. Um, but yeah, look at that, man. Just try to do a freaking moonsault and
And just
Jerry
eat
Lewis
shit right on the hardwoods.
right on the hardwood.
That's the thing is I know that there's a lot of people who want to, oh, well, the ring's a trampoline, wrestling's fake. It's like, hey, lady, he just flipped off a metal onto hardwood floors and splatted.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you're going to say, oh, he's wearing knee pads. Why don't
Mm-hmm.
you go put some knee pads on and just recreate it for us, Meemaw? Show us how
Mm-hmm.
fake it is.
Yeah. Yeah, bitch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bitch.
Yeah, eat shit on the hardwood. And while you got those knee pads on, watch out, Jerry here with a vertical suplex. No, a face buster.
Why you got those knee pads on? What was the rest?
I don't know. I'm old and my mind comes and goes.
Maybe you're thinking about getting the baseboards.
Mm. 1, 2. Mm.
I know how much you like, getting the baseboards.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess.
When was the last time Lois got the baseboards for you?
Mm. Never.
What?
Never.
Ric Flair said that to me once. He goes, yeah, she must be Jewish. And I said, what does that mean?
Mm.
And it meant she doesn't do the baseboards.
Mm.
And I hadn't heard that before. Is that a thing?
I haven't heard that either. I've never
I
heard that.
want I didn't
Well,
tell him, but I was like, well, your daughter's mom is Jewish and
mhm.
she does the
Yeah.
baseboards.
Well, here's the thing behind that story is that the Nature Boy Ric Flair, better than anyone, is full of shit.
Wait now, hang on.
Yeah.
Why would you
Well,
say that? Hey,
because he
speaking of
is.
which, have you seen any good tweets over the weekend?
No, I don't look at Twitter.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
You got any good IG posts over the weekend?
I don't look at. Okay, let me tell you my Twitter story.
Okay, I love this.
Okay, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. So, I'm not on Twitter because it's a cesspool.
Right? We all know.
And okay, so I just Tony had asked me a question about somebody's Twitter, and I said, "Well, let me look it up." And so I thought, "All right, I'll bring Twitter back, and I'll look up somebody's account, one of our wrestlers." That's about so I did. So I go back to the hotel that night, and I got Twitter on, and I click on it, and I start scrolling through these videos, right? And there's this one Twitter account. It's obviously a very racist Twitter account. And it shows what this person thinks is African American people acting badly. And I got to thinking, well, shit, white people act badly too. Believe you me, I know. And anyway, he showed this video of a kid at this dog spa. The dog wouldn't listen, so he's just beating the dog with his fist. And I remember getting so fucking mad that I was hoping that I would find out where this dog spa was. And then all of a sudden I stopped and I said, you know what? I don't need to see this. And this is a sign that I should never be on Twitter again. So I deleted it from my phone once again. So next time my boss asks me to look up something on Twitter, I'm going to say, ask somebody else. I do not want to be involved in that bullshit. Just horrible things online. I can't believe for the life of me the stuff that is online. It's just, I know I'm old. I get it, but it's just terrible. So when you ask me, you check out any Twitter this weekend, the answer is no. If you see any Twitter posts, they're done by my daughter. I'm never going to call it up again because of that probably 10-minute window of me at the hotel that night, just going through these different videos, seeing this stuff happen. Who would post a guy beating up a dog on video? Who would post that? So anyway, what is it about Twitter?
Well, nothing.
Okay.
I appreciate you getting on your soapbox. That was fun.
Yeah.
But
No,
hey,
it's terrible.
Are you a big fan of Saturday Night Live, or were you at any point in your life?
Yes, I was when it first started, and I was during the Mike Myers era.
Are you familiar with the Weekend Update
Yes.
skit? So you know there's Colin and there's well, I forget the other fellow's name, but we've got the two anchors that are on the show,
I've seen that.
and whenever they Michael Che, that's right.
Okay.
Whenever they finish the season, they do a deal where one host of the show wrote jokes for the other to say on
Yes.
the air.
Right.
And so they have to do the joke swap as the season finale, and it's become really, really fun. So what I was thinking, this is a suggestion from our great close personal friend Bad Bunny Slim, is that we could just read some comments back and forth. But what we've got in this particular case is our producer Dave Silva has picked, I think it's 3 comments from you or for you and 3 comments for me, and neither you nor I have seen them. So it's like comment roulette. How do you feel about this?
I don't like where this is going at all.
Okay.
Is the comments from Twitter?
I don't know where the comments are. I haven't pulled any comments because the nature of the game would be I don't know what they're about to show us either.
Okay.
So I haven't seen it and you haven't seen it.
All right.
We don't have to do it if you don't want to. You could just hum into the microphone, just make fart noises for the rest of the show.
Okay. Now
whatever you want.
I don't want to make fart noise for the rest of the show because I could really fart if you needed it.
Please do it right now on command.
No.
All right.
Because I might shit my pants and then I'd have to run to the bathroom.
It'd be great for our business if you would shit. You could just shit.
I just look, and we're talking this stuff, and this is a great match going on. And I got on my Twitter soapbox. What did Flair put on Twitter? What did that knucklehead put on Twitter?
Nothing. It's not there. It's not even there. It's
he took it down.
Well, I guess I don't know. I don't see it. It's not there.
It had to be something. But at my age, there's always a chance.
Hey, I'd like to give you some good news.
Okay.
I heard JR was going home.
I tried to call him the other day and he didn't pick up. And then I sent him a text and he didn't reply. So I thought, he must be in a lot of pain. I'll leave him alone. Did you? But I did talk to Raphael about him, and But that's great news. He's going home. Home as in Jacksonville, or he's going back to Oklahoma.
He's going to Jacksonville.
Okay. Well, good. So
did you see the way Rob Van Dam just like slid between the ropes, top down?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that was fun.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people have done that spot before. And you got to remember now, this is the year 2000, what we're seeing right here.
Right.
So these days it's in a crazy spot. But in 2000, the idea that they're teetering on the apron by a table, this is crazy shit.
Okay.
This is before people were taking bumps on the apron, you know?
Yes.
That doesn't even exist in 2000.
Bumps on the apron now.
A bulldog through the table. Yambeg Jones is with us, and he says, once again, Tony, I have to ask, why is Tony dressed like an uncle of the Death Riders? So I guess he thinks you're the uncle of the Death Riders. Yambeg says you're actually the great Cornholio right now.
Yes.
Or Shitman Jones.
Yeah. I'm just, again, I have literally, I bet you I have 30 different hoodies. Our good friend, DJ Turnup sent me two hoodies in the mail.
Hell yeah.
Oh God, Jerry, Jesus criminy. Did a flip off of that and hit his legs and knees on the safety rail. He's selling his hand, but holy shit. Anyway, so he sent me 2 hoodies, and I do wear them. I wear them to work out in. I just wear them. I love hoodies. I really do. I'm a hoodie type guy. This is one of my Master Chief hoodies.
What the fuck is a Master Chief?
Here's a Master Chief.
Yeah, but what the fuck is it, Tony? Is that a dildo?
I'm going to ignore that comment.
So it doesn't vibrate?
No, this is a video game character. You ever heard of the video game? You ever heard of the video game Halo?
Yes.
This is the main character of Halo.
But I mean, do you put your cock in him?
Not by. It would be by accident if I did.
So meanwhile, he puts his cock in you.
Okay, so I don't know if he has one or not. He's part man, part machine. Watch out up on top. Oh, that's got to be the finish.
Do you think the Terminator had a robot dick, like a metal dick?
I don't think they ever went that far with it. You know?
Well, I'm just saying, like, when he had the Arnold Schwarzenegger skin body, do you think he had an anatomically correct penis?
I don't know, but Steve Corino's back in again. What the fuck? Oh. And Jerry Lynn fighting off Victory and Corino. Why are Victory and Corino getting involved in all these matches?
Because it's ECW, bud.
Okay, there's your answer. Well, it's ECW.
There's Rhino again.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, there's no real thought in the booking at this point, is there?
No, you just want pops, right? Boom.
So Tony, are you going to tell me, like, do you think that Arnold Schwarzenegger had like a Ken doll body down there?
No, I don't. No, I don't. Because it was all a movie.
Tony, you're pretty good at suspending disbelief.
Yes, I know.
You have a video game character on your fucking desk.
Right. So
do you think that he had a metal penis? Yes or no?
No, I don't know. I don't think anybody ever thought of, when they're writing the script, by the way, he's got a metal penis. Yes, most fucked up things. Oh man, look at Van Dam come off of there. Well, geez.
So you think he's got a man hog, but the rest of him is robot?
Yes, that's what I think.
That's silly. That doesn't even make any
No,
sense.
look at Don Callis take a freaking bump for once in his life. Ah, the mighty.
Mark out
Jeez.
Memphis said he heard Linda Hamilton chipped a tooth on it. Oh, I mean, hell, you know she could rack a shotgun with one hand, so I bet she could take care of that metal dick.
Yeah, got a shotgun with one hand. I don't know about her, but she can. Oh my God. Jesus. Oh, someone just got thrown off of the top. There you go. Oh, Rob Van Dam missed the table. Scott is going to
Scotty Riggs is fucking Rob Van Dam up.
He went off the top and just looked like he went into the crowd at first. Good God. And here is
Bang. Big old pile driver. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all. Oh, he kicked out.
Oh, God. Who would kick out of somebody's finish? Oh, everybody would.
That's the reason I'm hoping that you kicked out and you're going to play our comment game. Do you want to play this comment game or no? I can go first if you. I mean, if you.
Yeah, right, okay, go first.
Okay.
Well, wait till this match. Wait till this match's over. There's 1, 2, 3, and Jerry.
All right,
wins.
so look, give me a softball so we can keep him playing. Here we go. Right. This is the Bad Money Slim comment game.
All right.
Mr. Nicholas 69 1 month ago writes, his dick's too small for him to be behaving like that. And there is comment number 1.
Okay, and this is my comment time.
Yep, here we go.
All right. I came to this, and I'm proud of it. Okay.
All right, I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm ready. Damn. This is from Neptune 612. Damn, she's so hot, even her ass acne is hot. Her ass acne.
Okay.
All right, Tony.
Okay. This is from Turtle Army. Nutted so hard the dinosaurs came back. Jesus. Once again, we are diving headfirst into the sewer. Go ahead.
Go ahead, the dinosaurs came back? What does that even mean?
I don't know.
Dude, I need you to say that on like Dynamite this week. He hit him so hard, Taz, the dinosaurs may have come back.
Okay.
Dude, the Big Bang, I love it. Let's go. What's the next? Whew.
Okay.
Oh my, I don't know that I can do that one.
Okay.
I tap you in, Tony. You won comment roulette today.
No, I'm going to throw that one in the trash can.
We tried Bad Money Slim. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Okay.
Okay.
Your turn, Tony.
Okay. Kanye _ fan 47. I don't care. Looks female enough. Okay. Okay.
Is that it by forfeit? I mean, you won.
Yeah. Okay. This thing died like WCW in 2001.
Thankfully, our main event is here just in time. He's not just the coolest. He's not just the best, ladies and gentlemen. He's just incredible. And there she is, Francine, the Queen of Extreme. She's got her own podcast these days, Tony, and she's accompanying Just Incredible to the ring here.
I haven't talked to Francine in like 4 years.
Meltzer would say it opened with Credible threatening to throw the belt in the garbage can and vacating it if anyone other than Storm came into the ring. Dreamer came out, but security and Heyman kept him from entering the ring. This really came off lame. Storm came out and got so high on a drop kick that he cleared Credible's head, causing negative chants. Storm, who never blades, did it right away. They had a nice series starting with Storm reversing Credible's tombstone into position for one of his own, but Credible reversed that into a reverse DDT position, blah, 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 blah. So it sounds like a pretty fun match that we're going to get going here, but that's the story. He's the ECW champ. Francine looking as only she can look.
Wow,
Man,
tremendous.
I love this era of ECW. I know that 2000 is not necessarily their most beloved year, but it was still fun for me as a fan.
I met Justin Credible at an autograph signing in Allentown, Pennsylvania. First time I'd ever met him.
Oh, that's right. Y'all never worked together. How about that?
No. And of course, Francine is one of my guilty pleasures of life. She's stroking that kendo stick. Okay.
The pay-per-view was not critically acclaimed by Meltzer. He didn't love the main event, and he was critical of it. But he says, to start, despite putting on a strong pay-per-view, ECW's long-term future doesn't look as good as the show came across due to its inability to keep talent for a wide variety of reasons. Besides the much publicized loss of Mike Awesome while holding its title, Lance Storm, who until a few weeks back was part of the company's only marquee tag team and actually headlined the Hardcore Heaven pay-per-view, said his goodbyes after the show, as he's also headed to World Championship Wrestling, where he reached an agreement on a 3-year deal and is expected to start in a few weeks. In addition, Raven, who was at the show, is nearly a definite to be gone after August when his contract expires, if not sooner. And the future of Super Crazy appears questionable as he also missed the pay-per-view. The only name addition to the roster during this time period, which is not a definite but looks to be probable, is Masato Tanaka. He's been a semi-regular for the past several years, but may end up working as an ECW regular. So there's a lot of moving parts here. You know, Lance Storm is leaving. Mike Awesome's just left. Looks like Super Crazy's thinking he wants to leave. So there's a lot of moving parts, but that does create opportunities. Lance Storm, I thought, did a fabulous job for you guys in WCW, Tony.
I did too. I liked. Can I have everyone's attention for a moment, or however you said it? I like for people.
If I could be serious for a moment.
I could be serious for a moment, and did the Canadian national. It was good. He was serious. He was like, it all looked really, really good. It was good stuff. And he became quite a trainer too afterwards, didn't he?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So they're having an argument here. Tommy Dreamer wanted to come in and take this match.
Yes.
And Paul, I guess that's Paulie, right, with a hat?
Yes.
Well, okay, I had to look hard because he's gained a lot of weight since then. And I guess Lance Storm is going to come out and wrestle. I don't know what the storyline is here, but Paulie wanted him, and so Tommy Dreamer is going to walk.
What a cool look that Lance Storm had too.
Mm-hmm.
I liked his presentation even with Dawn Marie. I mean, I realized she didn't follow him to WCW, but I think they could have kept the Lance Storm Dawn Marie thing going to WCW. She would have been over in WCW.
Yeah, she was pretty hot, and as a matter of fact, I met her when we taped that thing with Jimmy Hart, and I can't even remember the name of it.
Oh yeah, XPW, not XPW.
XWF.
There you go.
Yeah,
I knew there was an X in there.
Yeah, when we taped that, yeah, I met her then.
You know what? We should watch some XPW. I don't think you and I have ever watched any of that.
XPW.
Okay. Yeah, it was a company that I think started here in 2000, and it was California based out of Los Angeles, and the owner and promoter was a guy who, for his real job, his shoot job, where he made his money, was in the pornography business, and his name was Rob Black, and he owned a pornography company called Extreme Associates, and they had girls like vomiting and things, just really crazy, foul, extreme stuff. But I guess there was a niche for everything, and he made a bunch of money, and he was a big wrestling fan, so he started having wrestlers like Tommy Dreamer and Bubba Ray Dudley appear in some of his adult films. They weren't actually
performers
going over; they were just spectators. But still, he decided to throw his hat in the ring, and I mean, he had a lot of the big ECW stars, and eventually even ran some shows at the ECW arena. And they sent some guys to show up at an ECW pay-per-view and cause a disturbance. So it was a fun little rivalry for a minute. And then, of course, he got in trouble with the federal government and ECW went out of business. And that's all she wrote.
You know what I'd like to watch? I don't think we've ever done it. I'd like to watch some PWG.
Oh, yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
I would love to do that.
And I think we could probably get away with it. I think, I guess we would have to get the permission from Excalibur to do it. I would think.
Hell yeah. Count me in.
Yeah. Because, it became, and I guess still is, kind of a cult thing in the LA area, right?
Man, as soon as they announce their next show, it's going to sell out immediately. I'm sure of it.
Right. And then there's a lot of guys who work for us who had been, I guess, who are PWG champions, right? At one time.
Oh, yeah.
I guess Daniel Garcia was at one time, and
There's a who's who, man. I mean,
Yeah.
from Bryan Danielson to the Young Bucks to Kevin
Right.
Owens to Sami Zayn to
right.
AJ Styles to Samoa Joe to Kenny
Mhm.
Omega to your
Yeah.
mama to Rick Steiner to your dad to Arn Anderson to Abe Lincoln to Bill Alfonso to Giant Gonzalez to Coco Beware to the Honky Tonk Man to Bushwhacker Luke to the Sheep Herders to Demolition Axe to the Repo Man to Blacktop Bully.
Sign me up.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. To Mike Graham, to Eddie Graham, to Graham Cracker, to your Cracker Conrad.
You almost did a Shannon Sharp.
Yeah, I did.
You almost went Eddie Graham, Mike Graham, Teddy Graham, Lakers in 5. I guess in your case it would be Pacers. That's it. Eddie Graham, Mike Graham, superstar Billy Graham, Pacers in 5.
Miss Graham, my 6th grade teacher, Pacers in 5.
Heather Graham, Roller Girl,
Roller Girl. Well, it's been a fun night, hasn't it?
Dude, I love watching old school ECW from 2000.
I do too.
It's going to be a lot of fun this Wednesday night when you guys have not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 hours of wrestling. Fighter Fest coming your way this Wednesday. It's going to be fun.
I can't wait. It'll be in Denver, and Denver's always been a good town for us, and the Denver area is good.
You going to have any of the Cosmic Cookie in honor of Kevin Sullivan while you're in Denver?
I don't think so.
Wow. I got accused by Coach Rosie by text tonight of having a Cosmic Cookie myself.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's Coach Rosie for you.
Yeah, he's an asshole.
Yeah.
Did you see the one comment I chickened out on? Do you want to take a stab at that one?
No.
Do you think we should have Bad Money Slim come on and him take a stab at that one?
Yeah, why not?
I mean, why would he want us to say that?
I don't know, because he's crazy.
That was a lot.
Okay. Hey, Bad Money Slim is just Bad Money Slim is getting ready to leave us, so why don't we have him call in?
He said do it. I mean, I'm ready.
Okay. Have him come in. Come on, Bad Money Slim. Where are you? 3, 2, 1.
Well, you think he's supposed to just appear like he's fucking Beetlejuice?
Okay, yeah, it's just have him.
Oh, you just look at the camera and say, Bad Money Slam, Bad Money Slam, Bad Money Slam, and then he appears?
No, we've had people come on here before. Just have them text Dave Silva. Dave gives you the link. You click it, and there you are. Jeez.
Well, why don't you try to say his name 3 times like he was Beetlejuice and see what happens?
All right. Bad Money Slam, Bad Money Slam, Bad Money Slam.
Why the fuck is no, sorry. Yeah, no.
Yeah, that's right.
Why? Okay. Why the fuck is coming out of their mouths when their tentacles in their pussy, the vagina does not connect to the digestive system?
Ladies and gentlemen, Bad Money Slim.
Love you
Thank you,
guys.
buddy. Love you. That was what we call a WHW moment, wasn't it? That's a WHW moment.
That's the first time, I believe, in the history of WHW that we've ever said the phrase the digestive system. I don't think in the history of this show we've ever said the phrase the digestive system.
Yeah. I think that would be the first and maybe only Lance went head first that chair.
Dude, you know what? You should just hit Lois with that and see how that goes.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, girl, what
I was
about
g-
later? What if
Yeah.
I got in that digestive system?
I don't think I can say that to her.
You can legally say it.
I can legally say, but I don't think I should.
There's a lot of things you shouldn't say to your wife.
Yeah, that definitely should not say that to Lois.
All right, well, you ain't got to get hot about it.
Well, I'm not hot. I'm not hot at all. I'm just telling you, I shouldn't say that to Lois.
Hey, it does make me wonder, what was Bad Money Slim commenting on when he said tentacles? What even has tentacles? Are we talking, is this like an octopusy situation?
I guess one of the great James Bond movies, by the way. Bad Money Slim apologizes for the delay. I wasn't expecting that. You know what? That's the great thing about our show. You don't know what to expect, right?
Roll Tide on that.
Yep.
I'll drink to that.
Okay. Kind of late for you to be drinking, isn't it?
It's a Pepsi Zero Sugar.
Okay.
And by the way, when you say it's late to be drinking,
Mhm.
are you suggesting that I should start drinking in the morning?
No. Do you know how many energy drinks I had today? Yes.
How many?
5.
That seems like a lot, Tony.
Yeah, no. One when I woke up, one when I drove to the dentist, one before I worked out, one at dinner, and one after dinner.
That seems like a lot. I had here comes the cat fight.
Oh,
Dawn
yeah.
Marie and Francine.
Yes.
Buddy,
Roll around.
Let me just tell you, when I was 18, 19 years old, this was a highlight of the pay-per-view.
Well, I'm sure now that you're in your 40s, it's the highlight of this show right now.
No, I'll be honest, I preferred the Tajiri match.
Mm-hmm. Jason Taylor want to know, had any cavities today? No, Jason, I didn't have any cavities. I actually went to the oh, look at that. Put her in a pile driver. I went to the oral surgeon and I'm going to get my tooth on Thursday. I've been without this front tooth since January.
Wait a minute. I thought that's what you wanted for Christmas, and that's all you wanted for Christmas.
My one front teeth?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. No.
All I want for Christmas is my one front teeth.
Yeah, so
my one front teeth.
So there. No, I did this. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
There you go.
Fill it with a dick.
Hi, you guys. Welcome to Virginia. I'm going to put this like in my mouth and going to call the fucking match.
Wait, hang on. Before you put them back in, greatest night in the history of our great sport.
Okay. Wait, 1, 2. He kicked out. This is the greatest night in the history of our sport.
I love you, Tom.
That'll put some butts in the seats.
I love you, Tony. This is like you're like having an adult speaking spell, and I love you for it.
Oh, God.
I don't think we'll beat it, guys.
Can't beat
I
that.
don't care what they're saying in the comments. We are fucking trying. God damn it.
I told you, and I think it worked out. There was one night, there was one little pookie doodle back here, chewed up my my Invisalign with the tooth in it, and I had to go to TV without this, and I called a whole collision without this, and it was kind of hard to say your ethith, and it worked out.
Hell yeah, it worked out.
Mm-hmm. It sure did. So anyway, and that makes me think, here we're watching ECW and we're not really paying good enough attention to what I think is a pretty solid main event, but
Well, the trouble is, it wasn't advertised as like, this was a thrown together show. Fans couldn't really like get excited about this main event. I hadn't been super teased. Don't get me wrong; they all know the backstory of them being former tag team partners.
Right.
But still, normally when you had a pay per view main event, it's been something that's been building for weeks or perhaps months, not necessarily something that's kind of thrown together
Right.
fairly quickly.
Right. Well, what I was getting to, the fact that it's amazing. I know Claudio, when he wrestled at Cesaro, lost teeth, hit a turnbuckle. But it's amazing. We haven't had a lot of people lose their teeth because not everybody wears a mouth guard,
Tombstone gets it done. Just incredible. Retains. He is still your ECW champion. And by the way, when it comes to saving money, we're still your champ over at savewithconrad.com. With all the economic turmoil going on these last few weeks and all the uncertainty it brings, I know one thing that's still for certain: your home is still worth more than what you paid for it. And according to that Zillow Home Value Index, the value of your home is still going up year over year, which means you're most likely sitting on untapped equity. And if you bought your house a few years ago, or maybe you refinanced it a few years back and got one of those really low COVID interest rates, I get why you might be worried about giving it up. But here's something to think about. The interest on your mortgage payment is low. That's true. But the interest you have on all your credit cards, well, that's crazy high. And it's more than likely wiping out any potential savings from your mortgage and then some. So we got to think about what's really important: hanging on to that low rate on our mortgage or keeping the most of our own money and getting a lower monthly payment. Let's talk about using that equity you've built up in your house and rolling all that debt into one low monthly payment. Someone who did just that was my man Andrew in Tennessee. He needed to pay off some debt and he wanted to upgrade his roof and get some new floors. We knocked out all of that and he used the equity he's built up in his house to do a cash out refinance. After hooking up at savewithconrad.com, he accomplished all those upgrades. He got the new roof. He got the new floors. He paid off his debt. And how about this? His monthly payments still went down over $400 a month. Go right now to savewithconrad.com. Let my team run the numbers for you. There's no cost. There's no obligation. And if we can't save you some cash, we won't waste your time. And by the way, over at savewithconrad.com, you get our year 3 guarantee. Experts agree that interest rates are expected to fall in the next couple of years, and our exclusive year 3 guarantee allows you to refinance in the next 3 years at any time with no lender fees. So you get to lock in a better rate right now, reduce your monthly payments right now, and access your newfound equity to turn your house into your dream home with no money out of pocket. Go get yourself a quick quote right now and start saving money today at savewithconrad.com. NMLS number 2129, equal housing lender. savewithconrad.com. So here we are, man. We're finishing up a fabulous ECW pay-per-view, and next week we've got more old school wrestling on the docket. Are you excited for later tonight? The one and only Fighter Fest, 4 hours of wrestling.
I really am. I've been excited for quite a while about what we've been doing. I've really enjoyed our stuff. And I know everybody says, well, you work for them. You would say that. Of course I would, but I really have been enjoying it. I think the enthusiasm that I'm showing during our telecast is authentic, and I just really have had a lot of fun. So I hope everybody has fun too watching it, and it should be a great show. It should be a lot of fun. And you're gonna have a big party at your house?
Oh yeah, man, we're going to have a house full. It's going to be a great time. I'm looking forward to it. And next week, by the way, we'll be back here on What Happened When, talking all things King of the Ring 1993. Man, what a great show that is. Bret the Hitman Hart winning the King of the Ring. It's going to be an interesting time when we take a look at really Hulk Hogan's last televised appearance in the WWF.
Wow.
This is going to be a lot of fun next week. But right now, Tony, it looks like it's about that time.
Yeah, well, you know what they say, there's nothing like ECW. And when I was a young boy, I was, when I was a young boy, it was Mid-Atlantic Championship Wrestling. There was no ECW. But when Conrad was a young boy, he liked to see Francine roll around in the ring. And that tells you what kind of a young boy he was. So until next week, we'll see you right here on What Happened When. Each and every Monday, we come to you ad-free and only on
Patron, patreon.com/WHW Monday. And of course, adfreeshows.com.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson here to tell you a little more about what adfreeshows.com is all about. Get early, ad-free access to more than a dozen of your favorite wrestling podcasts every single week, starting at just $9. That's less than 20 cents an episode each month. And yes, you can listen to them all directly through Apple Podcasts or your regular podcast apps. How easy is that? Ad-free shows also has thousands of hours worth of bonus content and docuseries like Title Chase, Eric Fires Back, Conversations with Conrad, and The Insiders. Plus new series like The Book with David Crockett, Monday Mailbags with Mike Chioda and Nick Patrick, and a whole lot more. And you want to talk about early? You can't get any earlier than listening to the shows live. You can be a part of the live studio audience as we record the podcast. Plus, ride shotgun alongside your favorite childhood heroes for live watch-alongs, Q&As, and other interactive experiences every single month. Come on now, see for yourself what thousands of other wrestling fans from around the world have discovered, that adfreeshows.com is the best value in wrestling. Check it out today, and hey, when you do, the first week is completely free. adfreeshows.com.